Anyway, so that hasn't been, but in the meantime, all the expenses have increased on it as far as utilities, everything the city has paid, correct? Insurance liability, everything that's assumed with that, and it hasn't been touched for 10 years. So I personally would like to see it raised, and I think Mr. Pearson wanted to put this together so that it wouldn't be a whammy to those tenants, and it was raised right away over a 4-year period, and the CPI increase after the 5th year, so that, again, like everything else that we've tried to do, that we wouldn't have to touch it to keep up with those expenses. So I'm in favor of the step increases. I'm concerned that if we don't do that, then it'll be neglected again for another 10 years. I'd rather be proactive in addressing it, and we're going to set it and have expectations of what we're going to get in the future. I understand some of what you're saying, Bob, but I just think if it's not being raised in 10 years, I just think it's, and it's not their fault that it hasn't been touched or addressed or anything. I just think the scale system will be for the city.
Bob. I guess I go back to the days when we first moved in here, and every one of those units sat empty. We had people that would move in 2 months and move out. I mean, we had that on all of them. Matter of fact, I even give one of them to the senior citizen to play cards in, and I think is one of them out for the police department.
Yeah, we took one of them and expanded the police department and closed it off.
But I just, I can see a raise now because it probably does need it. But I don't look at those units as being a money maker for the city. I look at them as providing a service as such, so that if you want insurance, you walk in and get insurance. He's been with us. I think I broke his lease 20-some years ago, and you got Mulford in the front. He will probably stay, but then like the front, I don't know, it's a company that does loans for people or something, and I think the rest of them will stay, but they moved in at a higher rate anyway. And
Yeah, I don't think they're listed on with this.
yeah, I'm just saying they pay more. And
I agree, yeah.
And they do a great job. I mean, we eat there 2, 3, 4 times a week. Food's always excellent. So fun.
That's
But I don't know. I just think I would hate to lose like the insurance guy. He's established. He's been there years and years and years. And Mulford, I think he'll stay. But then, it's like I think we've had a place where you can go and they can reserve trips for you. And that middle one. But like I say, I don't look at it as something the city's trying to make money on. And I don't know how we got to I guess they probably use square footage and figure out how much in the overall picture it is.
Chris. Don, do you know if the internet's provided?
I'd say that they have Wi-Fi service, but I would also say that most of them have their own internet providers.
What services are provided?
Heat, electricity, water. I think that they use the cleaning supplies and gas vapors.
They want to do, they can use the Wi-Fi, correct? It's a common restroom facility. Right. But there's not very many places that you're going to find that offer the utilities included at that price. That's just my opinion. I mean, you go out and try to lease an office space and go and see what extras you're paying. That's all included in this. And,
Some of them are $150.
yeah.
The thing I don't like the most about it is how it's always been. I think one of the initial things that Mr. Pierce did was said, how much do these people pay per square foot? And there was never a clear answer. It was well, this group pays this much and this group pays this much because this one was negotiated by this mayor and this one was negotiated by this mayor, and so I think.
Because I could do it on my own, but it's very difficult if it's on an individual basis.
And so I think one of the attempts of this legislation was to make sure everyone paid the same dollar per square foot. And that's what I like about it. I hear what you're saying, Bob, I don't think that it's cost prohibitive. I think Mr. Dingus, in the last time that we talked about, was here, and he said, man, that's the cheapest square footage you can get anywhere in the city for office space. I distinctly remember him saying that to Mr. Pierce, and I don't recall whether it was in public or whether it was in the public utilities that we were discussing that. So I hear you, but I like the fact that it makes everything uniform. Any other discussion?
I think one other advantage to that is we have a couple of the spaces right now that aren't utilized with regular hours, and I think that's because the rent is so low. So I think there's a positive impact that can have by people returning on their investments more and actually utilizing the space that they're afforded. And so I think it could be not only a benefit just to get things more to a fair market value, but also to see the space being utilized, all of the spaces being utilized during business hours, rather than having hate walking in and seeing some of the gates closed quite frequently. And I think this would incentivize people that, hey, if we're investing to be there, then we're going to actually be there and open for business in the city center too.
Mayor?
Mayor, do you know if there are any government or quasi-government entities that are looking at Ironton? When I think of the parole office being down there, to me that seems like a pretty good fit, being in a government building.
And we told them to wait until the 28th when this was going on, because they're begging for it. They have to do it for their budget. They actually need the updated amount that they're going to be paying. So I was just going to see if this rolled through first. But I know that the upstairs, cleaning that out has to do with certain groups looking for space.
I just thought that might be a good fit for
Now,
some of the places that are.
Will this include that? Well, because I mean, we've talked about this upstairs forever.
I haven't addressed it.
So can we amend this? And that's a question for solicitors, but can we amend this and adopt the square footage for the upstairs too, based off of that legislation?
I mean, it'd be more desirable probably if it's just somewhere
Right.
that had that ground floor versus tucked away.
So we just need to set
Yeah, one
legislation, but
section.
you've got a blueprint for it right
Yeah.
here. Are they good? Are they want to stay?
Yeah, they just want the release.
Gotcha. Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2374.
Nate?
Second.
Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
No.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Carey.
Aye.
Ordinance 2374 passes, or is adopted. Sam, that'll also take 30 days. You got 5 votes, it takes 30 days. Okay?
Correct.
So that's what they'll get is a lease that says at this date.
Yes.
February 1st, Brent.
Yeah, would.
Could be February.
January 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to resolutions, if the clerk could please give resolution 2381 reading by title only.
Establishing salaries for non-union employees and declaring emergency.
Nate?
Making motion to amend resolution 2381, where it says water filtration, the state water superintendent.
Perry? Second that. The amended version was also given favorable recommendation in finance. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Harry.
Could the clerk please give amended resolution 2381, reading by title only?
Establishing salaries for non-union employees and declaring an emergency.
Nate.
Like a motion to pass amended resolution 2381.
Bob.
Just one comment. I asked John Elam about if the council members were non-union employees. If we're on there, he said we are on there. For what it's worth, we got a $14 raise from the month. You probably got $100 because you're the chairman. But that's all.
Yeah, that legislation was passed 4 years ago, though, right? So,
Yeah.
and that was to keep up with the
Service credits.
service credits.
Yeah.
Yes, to incentivize people to run, and it worked because people are interested in city government. And that was patterned after Kevin Waldo's incentivizing people to run by increasing it. So that was done 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug, for pointing that out. Mr. Berry.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Harry.
Amended resolution 2381 passes. If the clerk would please give resolution 2383, reading by title only.
Resolution in support of the Ohio legislature adopting legislation permitting municipalities to share the marijuana tax revenues and declaring an emergency.
Bob.
I'd like to pass resolution 2383.
Nate.
Discussion?
Yes.
I also like to note in section 2 that, request the clerk, send this resolution, if passed, to speakers Jason Stevens, State Senator Shane Wilkin, Representative Jeff LaRay, and State Senator Michael Rulli. If you could care to send that certified mail if passed, and I'll second.
Thank you. Did you have discussion, Mayor? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Harry.
Nate, thanks for putting that together. Resolution 2383 passes and will be sent certified mail to our representatives at the Ohio legislature. If the clerk could please give resolution 2384, reading by title only.
Authorizing the Vice Mayor Craig Harvey to be named as a signatory on all accounts and all financial institutions on behalf of the city of Ironton, state of Ohio, declaring an emergency.
Bob.
This was given a favorable recommendation by the Finance Committee, and I make a motion that we pass resolution 2384.
Mr. Haney was waving his hand because he's
Glad
the
to
current
second that.
signatory.
I'll second that.
No, thank you. I'll abstain since my name's on the legislation. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Harry.
Resolution 2384.
So that means you're the signatory for 30 more days now.
It'll take me that long to get all
Come on
that.
now, Jacob.
Don't make anything fun. If the clerk would please give resolution 2385 reading by title only.
To approve then and now certificates in excess of $3,000 to People's Bank.
Bob.
Yeah, I want to make a motion that John said that we had issues with the date. Is that right, John?
Yes.
When the stuff was sent to somebody else and you had to
Yes.
track it down, but all the numbers were good and you talked with the state or whoever.
Yes, the numbers are good. There is a then and now certificate that if there is something that is 30 days old and it's in excess of $3,000 that we have to get permission from council to pay that. And there were 2 items. One of them we never saw, but it appeared on a December statement that was dated in November. The other one was for stuff on the riverfront that was delivered to a non-employee on Center Street. And we were like, we just were lucky to even find that. And may I say one other thing, please? This isn't a then and now to People's Bank that it says on the front. The description is correct, I believe, on the then and now certificate. Well, no, it's not. It's not on here either. So that should actually not say to People's Bank, but it should say to Britain and Premier Precast. And I just noticed that as you read it.
Nate,
Make a motion to amend resolution 2385 to remove Two People's Bank on resolution title.
Chris, Haney,
I second that, but do we need to include both companies, so in the title?
Yes. I would think so.
In the title also. Okay.
And declare an emergency.
Okay, I'll make a motion to change in the title, Two People's Bank to Britain Incorporated and Premier Precast and declare an emergency.
Second.
Haney. We have a motion to amend resolution 2385. Seconded. Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Harry.
If the clerk could please give amended resolution 2385, reading by title only, we have that language marked
You want to just read it?
with the, two,
I mean, oh, I see what you're saying. To approve then and now certificates in excess of $3,000 to Britain, Inc. and Premier
precast.
Precast and declaring emergency.
Nate.
Make a motion to pass amended resolution 2385.
Haney.
Second.
Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Harry.
Amended resolution 2385 passes. Moving on to miscellaneous, I have two things really quick. Mayor, if you could set up a planning commission meeting in the next couple weeks.
I thought that was vice mayor.
I don't care to
Call
do it.
that meeting.
I don't care to do it. I'm gonna ask Terry to do it. Because I have come back to information. So, if possible, next Thursday, January 4th, 5 o'clock here somewhere, maybe here in council chambers, will be fine. If all those members can attend, we have some time, so like we can figure out a date when we're all available. But if we could do it then and get it over with, January 4th, 5 o'clock, planning commission. Also,
What was the date on that? I'm sorry.
January 4th, next Thursday, 5 o'clock, here at Council Chambers Planning Commission regarding Ordinance 2382, zoning on marijuana business growing facilities and dispensaries. Also, on the same note, Mr. Schaefer, we are required to give 30 days prior notice about a public hearing on this ordinance 2382. The ordinance is about prohibiting marijuana business growing facilities and dispensaries for other than personal use in residential areas. They are still allowed in business and commercial and industrial areas, just not residential areas other than for personal use. And I'd like to schedule that public hearing for February 8th at 5:15. That precedes our first February meeting at 5:15. So Mr. Finance Chairman, Public Utilities Chairman, we'll have to make sure that I put that early enough that if we have other business, we can do that prior to. Okay.
Is that just a regular public hearing?
Public hearing regarding ordinance 2382.
All right. I will
get that in my story and in the calendar.
Thank you, sir. The next meeting, January 11th, we'll have second reading of that ordinance, and then if we could table it, to take it off the table on February the 8th to vote on it. That's all I have in miscellaneous, Mr. Haney.
Do we have a date for the quarterly dump day? When was the last one?
We're planning on having actually we're working to get our dumpster costs down. They went up significantly, so we're trying to schedule the whole entire year out once at a time. That way, because we've been keeping dumpsters on hand too. So we're trying to renegotiate right now. So we're looking to actually set those dates for the entire year at once. So.
One more thing while we're on dumpsters. John, how are we looking on the fourth quarter since we got it up there?
We did really well last year, getting there and cleaning that up, and we have been tied up with our new software conversion this year and sicknesses in the office. So hopefully, this is the time for us to get up there and start going through it because it's not 200 degrees.
Right.
So I plan on getting people up there again. We've had an employee replaced, we've had sickness in software, so it is not on the back burner. It's just that the stove hadn't been on.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mr. Klein.
I'd like to make a motion to accept, file, and make part of the minutes, the November 2023 financials.
Mr. Perry. I'll second. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary. Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Terry.
Mr. Klein.
One more thing, I just kind of want to take a second, reflect back on 2023. I like to do this at the end of every year. I think we have a lot of great things happening in our city. I think a lot of great things happened in 2023 as far as the paving projects, the new city garage, the refurbishment of the park on 8th Street, the infrastructure project in Green Valley. We've got a lot of great things happening. I think 2024, again, we're going to have some great things also. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to say thank you to all the council and Mayor Streeland for all of your hard work for 2023, and I'm looking forward to 2024.
Thanks, Sam. Bob.
Also, adopt the financials.
Do you have something?
Yeah, at the end.
We're at the end.
Did you adopt the financials?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I need a brief executive session pending litigation. 3 minutes, I'm gonna brief you.
Do we need to call the solicitors?
Yeah, they're aware.
Okay.
Council and
Mr. Elam, Terry as well.
Chris.
make a motion to enter executive session. Oh, wait.
No, it's my fault. I said Chris. Mr. Haney.
Make a motion to enter executive session with council, mayor, secretary, Terry, and finance director, John.
Purpose.
Purpose for litigation.
No action to follow.
No action to follow.
Nate.
I'll second.
Bob, you got the timer?
Yeah. Did you say
Yeah,
3 minutes?
I honestly want out quicker than you do. So just don't ask me any questions.
All right, you got it.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
All right.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Terry.
Thank y'all for joining us this evening. Mr. Schaefer, do you have any questions for her? She's got to pack up. Okay. You got everything you need?
I believe so.
Thank you.
Thank you.